So, back to the Hummer, though. Nostalgically, I mean, I absolutely love the full-size, real Humvee, military style. I would totally buy one full of diesel. I don't need the electric in that bad boy. The question is that, obviously they haven't revealed this truck yet. And when they do, how big is the Hummer going to be? With that name, it can't be a small one. They did the H3. I think that was the start of the demise. No offense to anybody who had the H3 or anybody called the H3. Lou knows what I'm talking about. And so should you if you've been listening to our episodes. But anyway, the H3, it was just too small. And that was not a Hummer, and they should have never threw a name on that. And I see why they did it, because it was a cool way for people to get something that looks like a Hummer, kinda, and drive it and say, "Hey, I got a Hummer." Because I promise you, I've sold plenty of them, and I was like, "Yeah, you got you a Hummer?" Like, "I got me a Hummer." Hell yeah! Mm-hmm. So they were proud of them, but that's not a Hummer. So I'm curious if they're going to go with that size. Now, they're saying they're going to be building it off the all-electric pickup truck that GMC is making. So whatever pickup truck they're coming out with, it's going to be on that same frame. So, it's kind of like, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the H2 was built off like a Tahoe frame. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit more bulked up. Yeah. That's it, Mr. Mike Hitter. So, I love it, though, man. Hummer, Humvee.
And that's what I compare to is the Humvee, the Army grade,
the gangster one,
the ones that really are loud, and you're yelling to the person across the way from you.
Man,
it's totally different than what the Hummer was, the H2. I remember Matt had that, and he really loved it.
It was cool. Paul has one now.
It's like the same one.
He loves
almost.
it too.
It's almost like it's the same one.
Very similar. Paul loves it because it's perfect for him. He's a gun guy. He looks like a gun guy in it. But hold on a second. Now, I just clicked up a stat. Wow. So this all electric first ever GMC Hummer EV is what it's called. Leads a quiet revolution with 0 emissions and 0 limits. Ooh, that's fancy.
No limits.
Yeah, no limits, soldier. The tank. It earns its super truck status it's a super truck because it has they're going to have it available up to 1,000 horsepower. What?
Whoa.
11,500 pounds of torque. What? That's going to be able to pull anything you want it to pull. And it's going to go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
What?
It's electric. Boogie, woogie. Yes. You know that? So, that being said, craziness, holy guacamole, that is a powerful vehicle. And, yeah, now it's got my eyes wondering what it's going to look like. LeBron James is going to get one for free.
Yeah.
He could buy one. He could buy 20 million.
What's the price on that?
They don't have a price yet, man.
Yeah, I bet that's going to be a pretty ticket.
It's going to probably be in that 100K range to get all those options, if not more. That's my guess.
That's just a powerful truck.
That is, man. That is so powerful, and it's electric. Boogie,
right,
woogie, woogie.
Right,
yeah.
So an electric car, that's doing some things. That's the future, man. Here we are. That's definitely something that you're going to see all over the place. It's going to be marketed like crazy. LeBron James is just going to be one of the celebrities. The rap videos aren't the same thing that they used to be, but you're going to see him in the videos.
Oh, God, yes. You might see one in my driveway. But out of all the 9 episodes and the times that we've talked about different cars, my favorite one so far has been the Corvette. That is sexy still. I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump from subject to subject like that, but that Corvette. Phew. Anyway, but yeah, this Hummer. This electric Hummer,
coming out.
I'm very interested in that. I'm very interested in the Ford Bronco we talked about before too. Mm-hmm. I'm also very interested in everything that's really cool. I love electric cars. I love Teslas. I love really neat radical vehicles. So anyway, that is the fresh news, guys.
Excited that you joined us for the fresh news. This brew is about to take a break.
Yes, we are.
And we are excited to get back with you on our next session of Car Guy Confession Sessions.
Yeah.
Talk to you in a minute.
All right, Lou, we are back. That was a lot of fun with that fresh news, talking about that new Hummer. Pumped up about that. Can't wait to see that hit the line. Actually, just see it hit a picture, because I haven't seen a picture of it yet. So
no, that's what I'm going crazy trying to figure out. I keep seeing it.
They just show like a grill. They just show the Hummer grill, the typical little, you know what a Hummer grill looks like. Looks like a mouth with a bunch of holes in it. But but yeah. So we're back with the buyer's tips. Today on the buyer's tips, I want to give you guys a quick one. All you guys out there looking for a vehicle and struggling on trying to find the right car. Well, sometimes that's the problem. You keep looking for the right vehicle instead of looking for the right salesperson.
That's right.
So why don't you go choose your salesperson? Because what that guy will do, if you have the right one, they will find you the perfect vehicle. They'll ask you what your wants and needs are.
Say it.
They'll do everything they can to find you the one that fits you, makes you happy, makes you proud to own. So find that guy. And the easiest way to find a good guy is to go on social media these days.
Check them out.
Check them out. Look for local dealerships. A lot of them are now posting stuff. You're going to start seeing that more. We talk about it. I talk about it. I want my guys to do it more. But look for the ones that are posting stuff that you're comfortable laughing at, comfortable seeing them, seeing the customers that they're with. You might even recognize somebody that you've seen buy a car from them and say, hey, call them. Ask them, how was Mr. So-and-so or how was Mrs. So-and-so at selling a vehicle? And they'll tell you an honest opinion. So use social media. Find them on there. Look for your local guys. Pick one out and go see them. And trust me, give them the trust. We talked about submitting to the process in our first episode. Find your right guy and submit to the process. If you combine those two things, I tell you, you're going to get yourself a better deal. You're going to have way less headaches, less stress, and you're going to find the vehicle of your dreams. And you're not even going to do half the work. Your sales pro would do it for you. What do you think about that, Lou?
I think that's 100% correct. If you find the right guy, they're going to get you to the right product. Everybody wants to have a guy for the thing that they need.
That's it.
You got an attorney? I got a guy. You need to get moved? I got a guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Everybody has a guy for everything. In this car business, you need to have a car guy. And you need to have somebody that's your go-to. No matter what level of the job that you're in, for whatever it is you need done, you have a guy that you call. If you need paint work done,
yep,
you got a guy.
Mm-hmm.
You need interior work done, you got a guy. So make sure that you are that guy and you build your brand accordingly. You become that guy, that gal to the people that are needing your services, and you stay in front of them as often as possible with quality messaging and a way for them to reach out to you and touch you and get a hold of you for what it is that they need when they need you.
Yes.
Because just because you got it doesn't mean they need it until they need it. So you make sure they can't forget you when it's time that they need what they need.
Yes. Whoa. Man, that's so right on the money. And be that. Do that. When you're buying a vehicle, think about it. Go find the right guy. When you have the right guy, it's so easy.
Take it easy. They want somebody they can trust too.
Better, man. My favorite customers are the ones who bought 3 or 4 from us because they have no kind of guard up. And it's not because I could take advantage of them at that point. It's because I don't have to overcome all that. I have to just sit there and say, hey, what's going on? And they already trust everything I tell them. And I'm going to honor that trust. And I would never lose that trust, especially 4 to 5 cars deep. You know what I mean? We're not a fly-by-night place. And I think most places that you go that are local, they're not either. They're people that want to help people. They're communities. They're your neighbors. So choose the best neighbor you can. And once again, find them on social media. If you use Instagram, look for their Instagrams. Look for people who use this type of social media you use so you can communicate with them after the fact too. Nothing better than having a friend that you're buying a vehicle from. So make it happen.
That's right. So take that, put that in your cup.
Take a sip.
Sip on it.
Sip it.
Make sure that you find somebody that you can trust.
That's it.
Being friendly brings friends to you.
Yeah.
That's biblical too.
That's right. Choose your salesperson, not your car.
Go.
That's right.
Do that.
Do that.
Thank you, buyers out there. We'll be right back.
Yep. Yes, yes, yes. It's my favorite part of the show.
It is the Car Guy Confession Session.
That's right.
Welcome, car guys and car gals, to a moment where we just get real.
Get real in the Ville. So, Lou, I think you have something for us tonight, don't you?
I do. We're going to go back. Let me take you way back.
Ooh.
We're going to take it to the time that I was in the transition of finding out who I was going to be or call myself inside of this business.
Huh.
So you might remember.
I'm sure I do.
When I first started selling cars, I went and I got really excited. I saw that somebody kept the tags of the car. So whatever, it's a 2000 whatever car, they kept the tags for those. I saw somebody else keep different parts of the car, whether it was the Maroni label or different things they had as an evidence manual or evidence of what they did. So I was like, okay, well, I went to the store, I got a Polaroid camera,
Boom.
And I started taking pictures.
Not to stop you there, but for some of you guys who don't know what a Polaroid camera is,
it's instant.
It's instant film that comes out of the camera. It's not digital.
It's a Polaroid.
It's real pictures.
They made a comeback, though. My kids got
they
Polaroid
did.
cameras.
Hey, I saw those, but some of these in-betweeners.
They don't have
All right, go right back to your story.
So, got the Polaroid camera, and I went and got a big poster board, and I started to take pictures of the cars that I sold. I thought it was cool. I also wanted to be able to do that so that I can remember who I sold. I can remember what they looked like. I remember the car that they had.
Sure.
It was a way for me to do that, but also put it in front of me and be my evidence manual right there on the wall. So wherever somebody is sitting, they get to see and look at that and see other people and want to be like them. People want to join the fun.
Right.
On that, on the top of the actual poster board, I needed to write a name, or I was making a title, or making a theme, or making a thing for who it is that I was, or what this even was. And I, right there, while writing it, was like, matchmaker. I'm a matchmaker board. And I called myself the matchmaker for a little bit. And that was me trying to birth a brand of who it was that I was as a car guy,
Sure.
As a new professional in this business with access to, cars. I wanted to stand out a little bit. So I called myself the matchmaker for a little bit, and had the matchmaker board, and eventually, we had pictures all over the place. But there was a transition that occurred that had to happen, where I had to get real with myself and say, I don't really like quite the idea of being called the matchmaker. I can get so lost in interpretation on trying to make that my name, make that my brand.
Sure.
It didn't make sense once you played it all the way out. I wasn't a dating service. You know what I mean? So that's where this confession is ultimately going, is that when trying to really create your brand, remember, you are the brand. It's truly you.
No, it is. You're right.
So whatever it is that properly identifies you as what it is that you're branding yourself as, and the company is branding itself around, understand it's okay to be real and say, that's not quite it. We're still moving forward. It didn't mean that I stopped selling cars. Nobody knew the matchmaker. They weren't hunting out for the matchmaker at the time. They weren't looking for the car guy at the time. They weren't doing any of that. But I was building my persona of who it was that I was in this business, the character that I was building a fan club for.
Right.
Especially inside of commission sales, you're building a fan club of people that are always high-fiving and excited that you are who you are. So anyway, I got to a point where I said, hey, this matchmaker thing needs to change. And I already had some things written out and printed, a couple cards made, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you got to scrap it. You got to let it go away and continue to turn the ship directly where it is that you want it to go. I then started doing